there are women from all over, I'm talking America, Europe, and Canada, who visit impoverished countries and areas to exploit young men. Take a look at this next clip from a documentary I discovered.
Giovanna is Italian. She's 33. She fell for Edison, who's just turned 18.
We talk a lot about male predators.
Did they say she fell for him? She ain't fall for him. Yo.
But what about these women? That young man just turned 18. And who knows if they met prior to him turning 18. And that woman is in her mid-30s.
Everything seems to be possible here. The barriers of Western society are abolished. There are no beauty criteria. There are no professional points of reference or problems related to differences of age.
They know that these young men and boys are desperate for money, so they take advantage of that. This is sickening. These are people who do awful things, then go back to their family and pretend like nothing has happened. This should absolutely concern you.
Well, there's nothing new under the sun. And I don't mean to sound so pessimistic about it. I just want to be real. I heard the commentator of the actual documentary saying the boundaries of Western civilization are gone. There are no beauty standards and there's no age limits. Listen, those men are aware of beauty. They're aware of age. It's just a gross situation. It's just further proof that both men and women are capable of pedophilia, of vile sexual immorality, and what men do, a lot of times women do. And what women do, a lot of times men do. It's just not talked about sometimes. It depends on what it is. There's some things that men do, it's plastered on the news, but they won't talk about it for women. There's some things that women do, and it's plastered on the news, but they won't talk about it when it comes to men. This is the hypocrisy of our world, and it's wrong. It is gross to be civilized and to have an understanding that being 33 years old, but going to another place in these impoverished countries and having relationships with 18-year-olds, we know better than that. But, you know, really, it comes down to what's in these people's heart, which is a reason why I'm not against anyone going to find love in a different country, within a different ethnicity. I'm all for it. However, I'm not for predatory behavior. I'm not for sexual immorality. I'm not for abusing people. I'm not for it, man or woman, going and taking advantage of people who really need money, who really need help, who really need resources. And they'll do these things just to be able to get access to resources, access to visas and passports, access to a way out of their impoverished state of being and their reality. And of course, there are always going to be gross people who are looking to take advantage of them. Like I said, I've never been able to rock with much of what the passport bros represent, because it has a lot to do with going to take advantage of women who are down bad, who are looking for access, who are looking for resources, and now you get to, do whatever you want to do with these women, get your, the best of the best there, and you just kind of get to act like a god or a king amongst them because you come from a civilized place and you have money or you have luxuries that they desire. I haven't been able to rock with, I'm not able to rock with that framework, that ideology, because it's just, honestly, I'm not better than anybody. I'm just saying, it's just gross. If I can't win a woman over here, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take my luck and I'm gonna go over there, right? But I'm not going to use my resources as a way or a means to have control and to manipulate, or to say, I deserve your best. Where's your best? I have this much to buy this, to take advantage of these women who are like, hey, I just want a better living. I want a better lifestyle. I want to be able to eat. I want to have resources. I just don't feel right about that. I don't. Now, again, I'm not against love. I'm not against going to these different places that you may say, like, okay, they're not indoctrinated with the Western mindset. I'm all for it. Because if your mindset is not to go over and take advantage, but to literally find love and to find someone that has a clean slate that you can somewhat like, that's teachable and pliable, that you're not saying, I don't want them to be liberated, I don't want them to make their own decisions, but I don't want them to also have this conditioning that the Western world tends to have, to where there's this lack of appreciation, this extreme feminism. So I get that. I'm just against this type of sexual voyeurism that's being done, to where it's just taking advantage of innocent people. But it's a reflection of the people and the countries that they come from, and their mindsets and their hearts and all of the above, their lack of care for humanity. And like she said, some of these people have families back home and are doing this nasty stuff. So yeah, I'm not being pessimistic, but it's been going on since the beginning of time. We just have to learn how to navigate it and realize that even with these things going on, we don't have to give weight to it. We don't have to agree with it. And that's where we find ourselves being hopeful, that we don't have to connect ourselves to these type of ideas, these type of agendas, these type of behaviors. We can be free from it. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.
Stand on it, be strong.